Namaste, my friends. My name is Brooke Blankenship. Let's get started with our chair yoga class. Sitting back on your seat, allowing your feet to comfortably sit on the floor, allowing your hands to comfortably rest on your legs or even down by your sides. Relaxing everything in the body, allowing the eyes to close. Taking a moment to let go of anything that came before our time together or will come after our time together, and just allowing yourself to be here, present, in our yoga chairs for the next 45 minutes together. Starting to turn your focus now towards your breath. And just noticing the way it flows in and out of the body. Noticing how the breath feels today. Our breath is our superpower. It has the power to heal us, heal our minds. And when we learn to use it to our advantage, it becomes our superpower. Helping us endure, survive, conquer any situation we encounter. Opening your eyes gently, and allow the chin to fall towards the chest, and just gently rocking the head back and forth, waking up in the neck, taking notice if there's anywhere that feels tight or just doesn't feel so good. Maybe you want to stay there and linger. Take some deep breaths into that space. Always remember, this is your practice, so find the sensation that feels best in your body and go there. Breathe into it. My number one goal with every class is always to help you find and listen to what your body needs. And then slowly bringing the head back up. We're going to take our hand now and rest it on that imaginary table next to us. So I'm going to take my right ear now and drop it towards my shoulder. And as soon as I feel that stretch happening through my neck, I can start breathing into it, sending my breath into that spot. You might want to move your hand around a little bit, reposition it. Find what feels good and go there. All right, yogis, bringing your right hand to the side of your face, cradling your neck back up, being so gentle with yourself. And then to the other side. Bringing that right hand down, hovering it over the imaginary table, allowing the left ear to float towards the left shoulder, okay? So finding what feels best here, moving that arm around until you find that sweet spot. And then sending your breath deep into the neck. And the shoulder. And then slowly bringing that left hand back to the side of the face, rising back up, shaking out both the hands. Excellent job, yogis. So we're going to wake up those shoulders a little bit now, bringing our hands forward and around, okay? So big, wide circles with our hands. Waking up the shoulders. Nice slow movement, but finding that full range of motion, okay? Really stretching it out. Breathing. And then stop at the bottom and go the other direction. Excellent job. Scooting forward on your chair now, we're going to come into a dancing cat. So cat pose, we'll start with regular cat pose and then I'll show you how to make it a dancing cat, okay? So we're gonna start with a regular cat pose. I like to bring my knees a little bit wider, just for a little bit more stability. And then we're gonna bring our belly and our chest forward, maybe taking our gaze up towards the ceiling as we take a big breath in, pulling your chest and your heart through. And then exhale as you round the belly button to the spine, chin to the chest. Inhale up. Exhale, round. Inhale up. Exhale, round. All right, so now we're gonna add our dancing cat. We're gonna inhale up. Exhale, round, and you're gonna pull that left knee up towards the chest as you round in. Inhale up. Exhale, round. 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 Excellent job. Setting those feet back down. We're going to stretch through the tops of the feet now. So I want you to bring your feet behind you, okay? So tuck your toes underneath you. Bring your foot behind you. So that the tops of your toes are on the mat or on the chair, on the floor underneath of you, okay? And so we're just going to gently press the tops of our toes into the mat, feeling that stretch that's happening through the tops of the toes, all the way up through the ankle and the shin to the knee. Breathing into it. And then releasing that, we're gonna curl the toes the other way, stretching through the bottom of the foot. Nice job. All right, shake that out in both directions. Let's do the other side. So bringing the toes underneath of you. Oh, I'm running into my book. Bringing the toes underneath of you and then pressing gently those toes into the top of the mat. This one's a good one. I can even feel this in my hip up here. All right. And then releasing and coming the other way, stretching through the back of that foot. Just tucking those toes under. Excellent job. Rolling out the ankle both ways. Great job, yogis. All right, so coming forward on the edges of your seat, and I want you to grab hold of the sides of the chair. We are going to lift your left leg, pressing that heel towards me, okay? Your back, I want you to try to keep your back straight. And I ask you to grab the back of your chair because we all tend to, when we lift up, go backwards a little bit, okay? So you can use your elbows against the back of the chair to lift up your foot. Pull that belly button in towards the spine. Pull the toes in towards the face. Excellent job. I am going to turn this way so you guys can see what I look like on the side when I'm doing this, okay? So I'm pulling my elbows together behind me, and then look there. I can set my elbows back on the chair. Now I can lift my foot up, pull my toes in towards my face. Pull my toes in towards my face and lift my leg. Okay, I'm pressing through that heel, elongating through the leg. Excellent. And then setting it back down. Woo, dancing it out. Let's do the other side. Lifting through the right leg, pressing through that heel. Setting it back down. All right, let's do it again. Lifting through that left leg, pressing through the heel, pulling those toes toward the face, pulling that belly button in towards the spine. Pull it in, pull it in, pull it in. Drop it down. Lift again. Pull that belly button in. Drop it down. Last time. Lift. Drop it down. Shake that guy out. Lift. Drop it down, shake it out. Great job, yogis. Rising back up on your chair. And let's go into some salutations to the sun. So sitting on our seat, hands down by our sides, taking a big breath in as we reach the arms up. Fold forward. Halfway lift, flatten the back. And fold, let the breath out. Rise all the way up. Gather hands at the heart. Inhale up. Fold forward. Halfway lift. And fold. Rise all the way up. Hands to the heart. Inhale up. And fold. Halfway lift and fold. All the way up. Hands to the heart. Inhale up. Fold. Halfway. Fold. All the way. Hands to the heart. Last time. Inhale up. Fold. Halfway. Fold. All the way. Hands to heart. We're going to take a twist here. Bringing your right elbow to the outside of your left knee. Untwisting, coming back up into the other side. Left elbow to the right knee. Back through center and twist. Back through center and twist. Back through center. Excellent job, yogis. Shaking that out. And then we're going to move to standing behind our chair. So we've got some good old squats today, normal squats. I want you to keep your heels about hip width distance. So that little bony point in your hip, look down and make sure your heels are right underneath of them, okay? So step back away from your chair a little bit so that you have room to bend your knees, okay? Holding onto your chair, and we're going to bend our knees down and come back up. Bend and up. In and out. In and out. In and out. Last time. In and out. Great job. Shake out the legs. Excuse me. We're going to come into a triangle pose, okay? So I want you to heel toe your feet apart, and then I want you to take your left toes and turn them towards the left side of the room, okay? We're going to use our hand, our right hand on the chair, and then we're going to allow the upper body and the arm to slide down the leg for triangle pose. So those right toes are facing in a little bit towards the chair. And then maybe taking your gaze up towards the ceiling. Rising back up. We're going to turn on our back heels now and come into a crescent lunge. So holding onto the chair, I'm going to bend in that left knee and bring my arm up to the sky. All right, yogis, straightening that leg out. We are going to come to the other side now. So bringing those right toes out towards the right side of the room. Left toes are going to come to the front and just a little bit turned in, okay? Find that footing that feels best in your body, and then take that right hand and slide it down the leg until you can feel that stretch through the inner thigh on the right leg, as well as through the torso and the hips on the right side. Taking some deep breaths in and out through our nose. And then coming back up, we're going to turn our toes so that our heel comes up off the ground. Take a nice generous bend into that front knee, and then raise the arm up for crescent. Feel that strength happening, radiating up the body from the legs. Excellent job. And then heel toeing those feet back together. We're gonna come to tree pose on our left side. So taking the right toes, grounding them down into the floor, bringing them just back behind the chair and then to the right, okay? Or to the left. And then we're going to grab hold of the chair with our right hand, take our toes and kickstand them out to the side. Then we're gonna pull that foot in towards the knee or towards the ankle, placing the bottom of the foot on the ankle and pressing that foot into the ankle, the sole of the foot, so that our knee opens up out to the side. Big breath in, raise the arm up, standing tall in our tree pose. Excellent. Keeping your foot where it is, or maybe you try to raise it all the way up. A few more breaths in our tree pose. Good job. And then lowering down, dancing it out. Let's come to the other side. So grounding down this time through our left foot, we're going to bring it out behind us and back behind the chair a little bit. And then grabbing hold of the chair, using that for support, we're going to bring our right toes out to the side. Kickstanding in, pressing the sole of that foot in towards the ankle and opening that knee up to the side. Feeling that stretch happening and strengthening in the hip, okay? Lifting the left arm or the right arm up. Taking a few breaths here in our kickstanded tree. And then maybe raising the inside of the foot to the calf. Still keeping that foot pressing into the calf, opening up through that knee. Just challenging our balance and our strength a little bit more. Excellent job, yogis. Lowering back down, shaking it out to the other side. We're gonna come back into tree. This time we're gonna challenge ourselves with a little rising of the calf, okay? So bringing your foot back into that kickstand, maybe bringing it up towards the calf. And then bringing our arm up, and if you are so inclined, rising up on those right toes, rising the heel off the ground, feeling that stretch and that strength that's happening through the right leg. Still pressing the inside of that foot. Ooh, come back down. Excellent. Still pressing the inside of that foot into the calf so that we can open up that hip. Good job. Let's try to come up again. Rising up, challenging our strength and our balance. Deep breaths in and out through the nose. And dropping back down again, shaking it out. Ooh, great job, yogis. Let's go back to the other side and do that same calf strengthening. So we're gonna find our tree first, either kickstanding the foot or maybe bringing it to the calf, and then raising our arm and finding that elevated tree. So standing on those toes on the left side. Breathing in and out through the nose. If you fall out of it, it's okay. Come right back in. Woo, and lower back down. Great job. Here we go. We're gonna do it again. Ready? Big breath in and rise up. back down. Whoa, dancing that out. Great job, yogis. All right, we've got one more standing posture before we go back down to our seats. It's another standing pose. We're going to come into eagle today. So, bringing those left toes, right toes down to the floor. We're gonna take our left toes and cross them over, okay? So I'm gonna bend through my knee and then cross my toes over. Now I've kickstanded my foot, but I've got crossed legs, okay? I want my hips facing the front of the room, and then I'm going to bring my arm across my body so I get a nice stretch through the left shoulder too, okay? Sinking the hips a little bit deeper. Breathing in and out through the nose. Great job. And then coming back up, shaking it out. Other side for eagle. So grounding down now through our left toes. We're going to bend our knee, cross our right toes over. Keep bending the knee. Remember, we want our hips facing towards the front, okay? And then I'm gonna take my right hand, cross it over my shoulder so I get a nice stretch through the hip, or through the shoulder as well. Bending the knees, sinking a little deeper. And back up, release, shake it out. Eagle one more time on both sides. Grounding down through our right foot, bending the knees, crossing. Excellent job. Bringing that arm across the body, stretching through the outside of the shoulder. And releasing, coming back up, shaking it out. Excellent, yogis. I love the way you're challenging yourselves today. All right, so grounding down through our right foot, left foot, bending knees, crossing over and kickstanding, turning those hips. Make sure they're not facing the left. They're gonna want to. Turn them back, and then crossing the arm over. Pulling the elbow down towards the chest and feeling that stretch through the right shoulder as well as through the hips, squeezing the legs together. Taking some deep breaths here. And releasing, dancing it out, shaking it out, kicking it out. All right, coming back to seated. We are going to stretch through our quadriceps, which did remarkable work for us today. So we're gonna give them a little love back. Turning to face the left side of your chair. You're gonna let this leg hang all the way off. We are going to grab a hold of the back of the chair for support, okay? And then you're either going to grab the pant leg, the ankle, or place the top of the foot on the floor and just try to stretch it back as far as you can go, okay? You're pushing the top of that foot into the floor so that you can feel the stretch happening through the front of the leg. So find what feels best in your body and breathe into it. All right, and then releasing, stretching that right foot out in front now, bending the feet, or twisting the toes so that they are facing the left side of the room, grabbing hold of the chair and then leaning out over that leg, feeling the stretch that's happening through the torso and the hips. Coming back up and moving to the other side. So twisting around, grounding down through the right foot now, and either grabbing behind you, the ankle, or setting that foot back, that top of that foot down. And then coming back up, stretching that foot out to the side, reaching up and over. Rising back up, coming back around. We're gonna stretch through the hips now. A little bit more. So bringing that left knee up to the chest and pulling it in towards the chest. Pulling that knee across the body. And then breathing into our last hip stretch of the class. So breathing in and out through the nose, leaning forward over your bent leg. Coming back up, crossing that leg all the way over, taking your right hand to the outside of the knee, grabbing hold and twisting towards the back of the room. Coming back through center, untwisting, and to the other side. Lifting that knee up to the chest, breathing in. And then crossing that knee over. Finding what feels best in the body here, leaning forward or just sitting up nice and straight and tall. Coming back up, crossing that knee all the way over. I'm gonna take my left hand to the outside of my knee, right hand comes to the chair. Big breath in, twist, and looking towards the side of the room. coming back through center, unwinding, and sitting back in your chair for our final resting pose. Finding what feels comfortable, hands down by the sides, or maybe resting on your lap, palms facing up, whatever feels best, and then allowing the body to be heavy and supported by the earth and the chair beneath you. Closing down the eyes and allowing us to soak in the benefits of our practice today. You haven't lost your place. Sometimes when life shifts and changes, it can feel like we've lost our place. During those times when our lives are changing, we may feel out of tune, out of rhythm, out of balance, out of step. Maybe an old feeling is surfacing, clearing, so that we can learn something new and move forward to a new place. Maybe our attention is being diverted to a new focus, so we can find and experience another lesson. Sometimes the form or shape of our life is changing dramatically. The old picture is being erased so a new one can be drawn. Familiar people are leaving. New people are entering. We may ache, feel irritable, and doubt the course of our entire journey. We may doubt whether the magical way we were living was even real, and whether the magic will ever return. Let the changes happen. Take extra loving care of yourself. Be attentive to what you need. The magic isn't gone. It hasn't disappeared. You're just going through a shift. That means things are moving, and movement is good. For now, it may feel like you can't find your place, but that's because your place is changing. Beginning to wiggle your fingers and your toes, slowly bringing movement back into the body. Stretching the arms up overhead and take a big breath in. And then bringing the hands to heart center. The light in me loves and honors the light in each and every one of you. Go forward with light and love and peace in your heart and throughout your day. Namaste.